Listening to voices, stories can be strange. It's good to open up to new stories and finding backstories of how people came to be, only to free the mind of what blinds us with only a glance gives us a chance to see people be who they truly are, from silent voices to shining light. Stories that inspire awareness and change. I welcome you to Jessi Stories, Unheard Voices.
All right. So we have today our narrative, Samantha, on my
Hello.
podcast. Hello. If you could introduce yourself and what you do.
Sure. My name is Samantha Norbury, or if you're a romance listener, Dahlia Summers. I'm an audiobook narrator slash voice actor. Yeah, that's me.
As you, I like your introduction. And we can just, well, actually, I kind of want to go over the fact that we were technically neighbors and didn't know it.
Which is wild. Like, it's
Because
a
that
very
was it.
small town.
It is, but we were technically neighbors then for 4 years. Because
That's
you left, you
crazy.
said 6 months before the Marshall fires. I was still living there
That's
during the Marshall
crazy.
fires.
That is absolutely crazy. And yet here we are meeting for the first time, and now I live in the UK. So we're like 10,000 miles apart and
Which is
meeting for the
fine.
first time.
It works perfect. It's just meant to be that way.
The world.
Yes. But at least I have little memories popping up of me running into you and
That's
us
so
having
strange.
awkward conversations of, hi, how are you? Good, good. And then walking by.
Your memory is better than mine. I do not. I'm like, I am of an age now where I'm going through perimenopause. So I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone like much else, to be fair.
That's okay. I have the autistic mind, so no matter what, I'll remember things. I can be exhausted. I'll still remember things, but I will also forget things because ADHD, so that side does kick in. But so I get both sides, but I do have a good memory. And I do
My
have
daughter's
a
like that.
oh
She's
nice.
like that. Yep. Yep.
I love that. Well, I'm a visual, so I can actually literally see. That's why I told you I can see your little conversations coming in, and those are actual memories. I know when it's false
That's
memory
wild.
because then it's more black than clear. So I
Oh,
know the difference when it's not a true memory versus a true memory. I've learned the difference in my brain of what's real and what's not. It's taken me a long time, considering I do have complex post-traumatic stress disorder, but I've learned the difference on my own, by the way. Learned the difference. So if
that's
there's
amazing.
black and a little blurriness, then it's either a memory coming through or a false memory. And if it stays black kind of around the edges when the image comes through, it's a false memory. If it's just a little blurry around the edges, that means it's an actual memory trying to break free, but not there yet.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Yeah, thank you. I haven't shared that with anyone, but I'm gonna start with you. But
Yay.
with our at least past, I have clear memories coming through, so I know for a fact they're real. And that we just only had awkward, hi, how are you, good, good conversations. That was our entire interactions in the past.
Amazing.
Yeah, we never went further than that. And now we're going further today. So we made progress. Congrats.
Excellent.
for us. We made progress without even knowing it.
I love it.
Me too. What a breakthrough, I gotta say. I did not expect that one.
No, we're learning all sorts of things today.
We are. Thank you, Ren. Ren gets credit for having that play it.
Yes, Ren
Ren
Jones,
Jones. Yep,
author
Jinx.
extraordinaire.
Yes. Kind human who is also witchy. You cannot forget that. She is a
Yes,
witchy author human.
yes,
So is my
all like
partner as a
super
watch.
cozy and
Yes.
kind and wonderful, and she writes the most amazing books, and it's been my honor to narrate her books and just know her and call her friend. We love Ren Jones.
Yes, we do. I call her friend too. She is our friend. And then we had a connection we didn't even know we had. But now
Wild.
we get to take like a 180 turn from here of what got you into narration.
For me, so I've been an actor my whole life. I was convinced from the time I was 4 years old, I was like, I'm going to be an actress, and nobody could tell me any different. But then I did. I sort of gave up in my mid 20s. I was like, it's just not going to happen for me. And I got a corporate job that sucked my soul out, and I wasn't very happy. And I had kids, which did make me happy. And I was a stay-at-home mom, and it was actually, this is when I was in Colorado.
There we go.
My neighbor, she asked if I wanted to borrow a book. And I was like, I just don't have time to read, right? Like I have a baby and a toddler and I love reading. I just don't have time. And she was like, well, why don't you try an audiobook? And I was like, I don't want, like, I was such a snob. I was like, no, I like the way books smell. Like, no, 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 no audiobooks. And she really was like, no, just give them a go. And I was like, all right, fine. So I tried an audiobook and I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my God, I can read. Like it brought books back into my life in a time when like I really did need it. And as I was listening to these audiobooks, I was like, these people aren't just reading these books, like they're actors, they're
Hmm.
acting this. And then I was like, I wonder if this could be my way back into acting. Because when I let that dream go, it was like I really lost a piece, like a major piece of who I was. And even though, my life wasn't bad by any means, I just wasn't like fulfilled in that way. So I found audiobooks and then I started just learning everything I could about the audiobook industry. I got vocal coaching, I got tech coaching, and I spent like a year. Not everyone does this. This was just me. I was so afraid I was going to like mess up an author's book. So I spent like a year learning every single thing I could about it and practicing. And then after that, I bought like a little blanket fort booth. I bought my microphone and my interface, just like the basic setup. I had my old laptop and I did an audition on ACX, which is where a lot of new narrators get their start. And I auditioned for a 3 hour long YA dystopian novella and I got it, which was amazing. And the author and I just did a two-book series together last month, so we
Oh,
still
I
work
know the
together.
exact
And
one you're saying. She's been
yes,
on here too. That's Rebecca
Angela D.
Thorne, right?
Shelton.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, Rebecca Thorne. I would love to narrate for, but
Wait, say the name. Angela what?
Angela D. Shelton.
I don't know how
She
to spell her
does.
last name.
It's
Angela
Shelton.
Shelton. Okay.
Yeah, and she's great. And so we get to work together again, which was lovely all these years later. But yeah, that's really how I got my start. And then I really, really wanted this more than I'd ever wanted anything in my whole life. So I just went for it and I went for it hard. And I still haven't really taken my foot off the gas. Like we're still hustling, we're still pushing. But it's been great and it's so rewarding and it's so deeply worth it.
I fully agree. Well, for me, it took a car accident and the car accident that should have killed me, but didn't, to start to follow, including being with my partner, my dreams, because part of that is my partner and I have a dream together and doing stuff together. But in order to get there, we have to take the steps. So we're both hustling on the side and working towards our dreams. So, me, streamer, if anyone wants to see me on Twitch live, there's that. Anyways, Jessi stories. Not that I'm going to advertise right now, but following your dreams because I always wanted to be a streamer. I always wanted to do a Kickstarter, but was too scared. So super gay, children's pronoun. But
Nice.
it's actually not for the book. It's for this doll.
Oh,
Madison.
it's so cute.
It's for her. But you still, there's this package of getting books, and even for bookstores, getting both. But yeah, Ren Jones helped me very much so with this, and I still have to talk to her more about it. But yeah, I understand the giving up too. I didn't realize until I heard a song I used to obsessively listen to by Katy Perry, which was Wide Awake, because that song is literally about giving up your dreams. But I didn't realize that at the time. But I understand fully where you're coming from, and this is autism. The way I relate is by doing what I'm doing right now. So it's not taking away your experience by any means.
No, no,
But
no, no, no.
okay. But just making sure, because some people take it that way. It's just me relating to you and connecting. But for me, at least, Wide Awake, I used to obsessively listen to it. When did I listen to it? It would have when I got out of Twin Flames universe. I listened to it constantly. Wide Awake by Katy Perry. So I was letting go of my own dreams, which my dream is to be a scene writer because I don't just write books, I write screenplays. Like, I want to get my animated series up and going. I want to. My podcast was an unexpected one, but my podcast is perfect and works out well. So, podcast up and running, doing things with my partner that works well for both of us, since as my partner does do voice acting. But she does it in the gaming world versus she started
Nice.
though in narrating world of books, and she started on YouTube too, is where her career started. But
Very cool.
yeah, and we're both streamers. Just want to put that out there. Hopefully that's set in stone by the time you come out on our podcast. Or
Yes.
for the listeners that may come from our community. I say our now, that's also hers, but our community. But yeah, so I understand the whole giving up, and it just takes something to push you to go, hey, it's
Yeah.
time. With me pretty much being told I should have died during my car accident, it was because of the spot that it happened at that no one has ever survived. And the fact that we both survived, so the other person and me both survived with no harm, by the way. None of us had, besides whiplash, we both had really bad whiplash. So we both survived
Oh,
where no one has ever in the history survived. Everyone dies on impact, we were told by the police and paramedics and everyone. Yeah. My
that's
mom was thankful
wild.
on the scene. She was so worried and scared that I was dead. But
Yeah, God.
so it took me being told, yeah, mostly 100% of people die, and it's a miracle that you both survived.
I mean, that'll do it, right? Like if being if a second chance at life doesn't make you want to chase your dreams hard.
And
Yeah.
be with your partner that you thought you never could be with because of the status. Like to the outside world, because to the outside world, I'd look like a fan. I've never been a fan. I'm going to publicly say this. I don't think her listeners are going to listen. If they do, well, they can deal with it. That's where I stand on that. Is I never was a fan. I didn't start listening and learning about the project she's done until now, present
Nice.
day. So in the past, I never did because she felt the same way about me as I did about her, but we had no way of being able to do that due to the way it looked in our
That's
morals,
wild.
because we both
Right.
have very strong morals there of, but we are both streamers. I do stream a lot, but yeah. Do you see the situation a little better now too?
That's
Considering,
wild. Yeah.
yeah, but now we can absolutely be together. And it's exciting. And we will be announcing on here in November and on Instagram and all over social media and on Twitch. Because she is my clown, by the way. I'm the alien. So if you want to see me dressed like an alien, go on Twitch. I'm gradually revealing myself as my true alien form. Not there yet. But
That's
my
amazing.
clown will also be revealing herself too, eventually. My clown lover, as I'm her alien lover. But yes, sorry. Couldn't hold back on that one. Uh, okay. Now we're taking another 180 now that we did our relating connecting portion. You're welcome, everyone listening. And you're welcome, Samantha. Okay. So, oh, this is a good one. Well, you did name one of your favorite authors, right? That you narrated for, Angela.
Angela D. Shelton, she's the first author I ever worked for, so she'll always have a special place in my heart. And I do like the way she writes. She writes a lot of YA dystopian stuff, and she's great. But Ren Jones, I mean, Ren Jones is definitely going to be one of my
Well, we
favorite
gotta hype
authors.
her.
Like,
We
there's
must hype her.
no doubt about it. Honestly, I love all my authors, but yeah, Ren Jones, C.K. Anderson is
I've heard
another
of
one
CK.
of she is just like again
CK Anderson.
amazing human. Her books are gorgeous. She gets the best character art commissioned. Like she's just incredible. Also, Ali Samberts, who writes romance. I love
Ooh.
her so much. I'm getting nervous. I'm going to forget people because I really do love all of my authors.
Then all your
It's
authors are your
all
favorite. You
my
don't have
authors.
to have just one, because
They're
that kind of
all
went
my
into
favorite.
our next question naturally without actually asking it. That's why I said it that way.
Perfect.
So all your authors that you've ever narrated for are your favorite.
All
And
of
then
them.
there you go. Hopefully, well, actually, my partner could do voice acting for books, but let's see. Now the important one, the AI section of our conversation of how did human voice
Yeah.
come about? Because I
Yeah,
know that has to do
well,
with that.
yeah. So Human Voices Only was a campaign that I started a few years ago. And it came about right on the back of KDP announcing they sent out like a mass email to thousands and thousands, hundreds of
Yeah,
thousands
I
of indie
received it.
authors
Yeah,
saying, "Yeah, get your audiobook made for free." So like because it was new, they were testing it, they were doing it for free. And of course, tens of thousands of these AI voiced audiobooks flooded the market. And as a narrator, that was like a really scary time. We were all wondering if we were going to lose our jobs. We didn't know what was going to happen. So it was sort of always on the back of our minds. And then I was recording actually CK Anderson's book, Shadow Dance. I was recording that.
shadow dances.
And she
That's my
had
first stuff.
a line in it that was really beautiful. I don't remember what it was now, but I recorded it and I gave myself chills. I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I thought, I was like, an AI could just never do that. AI could never do that. And then I was like, well, okay, wait, no, let's run with that. So I paused recording. I got my phone out and I was like, hey, I have an idea. What if authors send narrators of voice actors just like one line, like that one line from your book that's really good. Like, you know, the one, like, you know, you wrote that and you're like, oh, I am such a good writer. Like that line, send it to me and I'll perform it in the way that only a human can. And maybe all my other narrator friends can jump on board. And it was also like, I also like to say that it's definitely a cousin of the Femme Takeover, which I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that came way before Human Voices Only, and it was where female main characters who are kind of coming into their power, owning their strength, there'd be like once, maybe three times a year, we'd do this big campaign where authors would send us these clips and we'd perform them and flood the social media FYPs on a certain day to sort of showcase how badass women are and how great female narrators who are often way under recognized, way underpaid. So it was like a really good campaign to sort of boost femme narrators and femme characters. And it was a great campaign. And that really, without that, I don't think Human Voices Only would have ever happened because that was definitely the seed. So it was that was the seed. And then I sort of just tweaked it a little bit to be focused on AI. And instead of doing like a big snippet, I was like just one line. And the intent behind it was different. And I posted it on TikTok and I went to bed and I woke up in the morning and it had just gone crazy. We had like 300,000 views. Everybody was doing it and it was just like it became this huge thing. And then we did it again and we did it again. And then we do it about two, three times a year now. And it's usually when something stupid happens, like when Meta got caught stealing all those authors' books. We ran a Human Voices Only campaign.
Good.
Like
I didn't
when
like that at all when that happened.
no, it's not cool. So in the beginning, it was very much like just narrators and it was us being afraid for our jobs. Now we know how bad the AI audiobooks are. We know nobody likes them. We have the figures. We know AI voiced audiobooks only did 0.03% of sales in
Haha,
2025.
that's
So
funny.
like It's yeah, and you're missing out on at least 86% of the audiobook listener market if you make an AI audiobook. So we know our jobs are fine. Like listeners hate it. So we're not really concerned about our jobs anymore, but none of us like that it's still diluting our art form and it's still undermining
Absolutely.
our art form and it is still theft and it is still morally wrong and it is still bad for the planet and all these things. But also now it's affecting writers,
Yep.
artists, like it's musicians, everybody in the creative, like nobody is untouched by AI. But again, this was 3 years ago. And we were kind of on our own being like, hey, what about our jobs? And everyone was like, yeah, but this is cheap. But now, and there's also more awareness now. Like in the beginning, people were using AI art a lot more because they didn't know it was stolen. But now you do know it's stolen. So now it's like not great to use it because now you know and now we know and when we see it it's like I know that you know and we know like stop it. And we know how bad it is for the environment and these data centers keep getting bigger. But one of the good things about Human Voices Only is like it spreads awareness. It also really brings the community together and it's also free marketing. It's free marketing for the author. They get a piece of their book read and performed by a professional narrator. It's good advertising for us because we get to show off our skills, show what we can do. And the whole time, we're supporting a movement that supports other creatives in our industry. So it's like a win, all the way around.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I'm all for human. Absolutely, human voices. And the fact that, yeah, even 3 years ago with AI, like they were already trying to take our books. Like I disagreed every step of the way. Like when Amazon tried getting me to sign the fine print of saying I'll give them my book, I went, nope, I'm gonna ignore this. They even harassed with emails how badly they wanted it, and I ignored it and exited it out every time. I never
Smart.
signed it once, so they couldn't do anything about that. Just like with the audio portion, I ignored it. I ignored every email and never touched it because my work and it's through my company. So
Yeah.
no, my
Well,
company is human. So
yeah.
no, I do
And why
not
are you
want
going to
AI touching.
pour all of this effort into your book baby, and then have a machine read it? It just doesn't make any sense. Like,
No,
you want a narrator that's going to love your book as much as you do, and that's going to care for your book and bring it to life with love and care and respect, Like, that's important. And listeners connect to that, and that's where all the magic happens.
exactly. And like the artwork, oh my gosh, where did I just put it? Like the artwork of my children's book, this is done by a human who lives in New York, who's my first American artist. I mainly have UK artists, but this is
Right.
my first American artist, Ray. And you can't get artwork like this from AI. You
No.
just can't. And artists that you work with, like every artist I've worked with over the years, they're really easygoing and I always pay whatever rate they have, no question asked, just do it. But every artist I've ever had, the artwork being stolen isn't right, but it's also not great looking. Like I know my sister does photography and why she went into understanding AI better is she didn't like that they were stealing her pictures and the fact that AI isn't creative. The most I think AI is good for is like spelling and grammar, or if you need help brainstorming, it's good to brainstorm off of AI because they can just give you little ideas without actually writing it for you.
I mean, I can't attest to that one way or another because I'm not a writer, so I've never had cause to use it. I mean, we do talk about the difference between assistive AI and generative AI, and there is a difference. And
Explain the difference, please, because I don't know the difference myself.
well, assistive AI is something like you were talking about, like with grammar, right? Like a spell checker is assistive AI, and it runs through automatically. It's got a program, and it's like, oh, you spelled because wrong, which is something I always
I
do.
spelled
I
wrong
I
too.
I flip the A and the U. Okay, I don't know. So like yes, I use AI for that and I feel totally fine with that. A lot of narrators and publishers use a tool called Positron, which we use along with a human proofer, but it goes through and it matches our voice to the text and it helps flag mistakes. So this is an assistive AI. And when we talk about like doctors using it. Like they can dump a bunch of data into it and it can pull relevant things. This is assistive AI. Generative AI is when it spits something out. So it's regurgitated. It has stolen it from millions of people. Let's take just art as the perfect example of generative AI. It steals it, millions of people, you put in a prompt and it takes little bits from each of that and it spits it out into this new version. That's generating an image, but it doesn't come from nothing. Right? It didn't, it's because it's not creative. It's, it's an algorithm. It spits out an image from all this stolen work. So every time you see one of these AI flyers, which, by the way, if you're making those, like, stop it. Because nobody's absorbing the information because we've already seen it 100 times today. It's stop it. So it's all from stolen. So you can't, there's no such thing as ethical generative AI. It doesn't exist. Anybody who tells you differently is lying. They
That
just
would make
like,
sense.
so like, sorry, it does not exist. And unfortunately, like, another generative AI is ChatGPT. When you're chatting to it, it's an LLM where it's just predicting. It's a whole thing.
That's the whole thing.
We could talk about this for a very long time, but in my world, in the book, because I do sometimes, I'll get people being like, you use Instagram and it uses AI. And I'm like,
It does,
I'm
correct.
completely aware of that. And I was like,
Yes.
however, I was like, but I'm not trying to take on the whole world with
No.
AI because I wouldn't be able to. But I'm cleaning up my neighborhood, all right? And my neighborhood is books, is audiobooks. And I'm trying to just take my little slice of the cake and make it nice by educating, spreading awareness, and doing what I can to protect the artists in my community. And I think that's all any of us can really do is just focus on where we can make a difference because we absolutely can make a
Absolutely,
difference.
yeah.
And I think Human Voices Only has played a major part in those low sales numbers. I really do. And authors right now, AI witch hunts are insane and you have to protect your author brand. And if you're using generative AI book covers, character art, and honest to goodness, if you're doing an AI audiobook, people will assume your book was written by AI. And people aren't okay with that. Because if you're not willing to spend time and money on something, why am I spending my time and money on it? I don't want to spend my time and money on your product you couldn't be bothered spending time and money on. That's not why are we doing that when nobody's doing that? So
Exactly.
it's like another thing to just sort of be aware of. Like, you might be against AI books, but if you're using other areas of AI to promote your book, like that,
Yeah, that's
it's
not.
not a good look. And I don't want that for any authors. Like, I really don't. And
No.
I think a lot of people don't know that when people buy an audiobook, they will also buy very often the physical version or the ebook, and they'll read and listen together or they'll switch between the two. It's really, really common. And we're seeing so many of these reviews on Audible saying, I returned the book even because the audiobook was so bad. And it's like, I don't want that for an author. Like,
No, it's
that breaks my
terrible.
heart. Like, I
Yeah,
love
that breaks
authors. Like,
mine.
it does. Like, they made a mistake, but like, let's give them another chance, you know?
Yeah, the return, but sadly, a lot of like, at least in my experience in the beginning of getting reviews for my books, a lot of people just expect free, free, free from authors, like all the time. Like, never
They
ever
do.
can they get a sale. Not like authors are trying to make a living at
It's
all.
wild. I know. And then you've got these pirated sites. I know. It's wild.
It
It's
makes no
wild.
sense. You don't go over to someone who's an established, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like an established, yeah, we'll do a voice actor, an established voice actor. They don't go give me your free service. That's the same exact extent that you're doing to an
I
author.
mean,
Same
they do.
exact thing. I know they do. I know.
It's a trade, is it? Is
No,
it?
it's not a trade. It's definitely not. But
I
it
know. I
makes
think
like no sense to me.
no, and I feel like indie authors get hit harder with this because I think people assume like, oh, but I'll review it. And which is great, but you could also buy it and review it
Exactly.
too. That's an option. And people forget authors are people with feelings,
And
with
also,
budgets.
yep. And day
Like,
jobs, mostly all authors, including myself, which I'm
yes.
not just an author. I do not want to be stuck in that category. I'm a writer because I do screenplay
And a
writing
streamer.
and a streamer. I do multiple things, but all within the writing realm too. Like I do multiple things. I write
Mhm.
screenplays. I write scripts for voice actors or actors. I write um, children's books. I write poetry. I have my first horror sapphic book that I haven't gotten back to in a while. So I have that. I also have my memoir, which is technically my partner's and I love story now. It's not just a memoir from getting out of a cult. It's still in there. The educational portion is still in there. And technically, my partner and I, our relationship, period, it's educational in itself because she shows the healthy side of a relationship versus unhealthy, Jeff and Shalia, in the book. So I also have that, but that's going to come before the sapphic one or my animation. But yeah, things are working. Kickstarter will come hopefully mid-August, maybe September. Not going live. I'm going to do the same thing Ren does, which is get people to follow first. So the following shall start sometime in August. I just
Very
have to get
nice.
everything done and finish getting stuff from people, which is artists. I've worked with multiple artists now, including people get to know Ray, who did this, because that's the campaign. They get to know Ray. Ray, you get
Very
to see
cool.
Ray's picture and everything in bio, so everyone gets introduced to the artist. That it's human made, all human. But yeah,
Yay.
we're sticking with our theme. But yeah, I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the next one is how can people help with, you said the human voice only.
Just getting involved. So I never know when the next campaign's going to happen. It's like I said, it's kind of just like usually something triggers me where I'm like, right, let's do it again. So whenever that happens, but I always post about it then a lot. And I always post different ways you can get involved because it can be just even writing a post because we do it on a day where we flood social media on the day, which is nice. It feels like a holiday. It's great. And you get to see so much talent. Your TBR grows massively. And you don't see any AI slop for that day. It's
Mhm.
great. It's all human stuff, which is
I
lovely.
love that.
Yes, it's really, really nice. But you can just, even just doing your own post that says AI sucks and use the hashtag, like that's all you have to do. Or, but if you're an author and you want to get involved, you just find a narrator who's participating. And if you're a narrator and you want to get involved, you just have to reach out to authors and ask them if they would like to send you a snippet of their work to record. Or you can just, and I also would get artists involved now too. So artists can show off their book covers, they can show off their process, anything that gets posted on the day with the vibe of human art and creativity in the book world. Like that's all you've got to do is just show your support, show up and show your support. But anybody can get involved. Readers, listeners, writers, narrators, voice actors, whatever. Everybody. There's space for everybody. We want them all. The more the
Because
merrier.
it's like gotta catch them all, like Pokemon. I just thought of that when you
Yes.
said that. Gotta catch them all.
Yes. I'll take it. Yes.
Yay! I'm glad you liked it, because that's only one of my special interests. So there you go.
Thanks.
Gotta catch them all. Not that it's obvious back here. Here. The obviousness. Not that I definitely like Pokemon.
My daughter has that pink and white one. I don't know what it's called, but
That's
yes.
Sylveon. Eevee.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I know my Pokemon,
My
so.
daughter's got like all those.
Oh no. Now this is
Yeah,
falling.
big
I'm
time.
sorry.
Oh no. That's okay.
I'm gonna have to fix this later. Okay. There. But yeah, that's Sylveon. That's part of the evolutions. I can totally teach you about only certain Pokemon, only the ones I like. But I do know the evolutions, so that's one of evolutions. And fun fact, this is a trans rep. So your daughter has the trans rep.
Yep, that which tallies. Yep. Yep.
Okay, there you go. Makes sense. I know
Yes.
without you saying. No worries. But let's see. Do you have any other projects that you'd want to talk about?
I'm so proud of all. The latest book I had come out was called Daughter of the Pines by Maria A. Eden, and it's a gas lamp gothic fantasy, and it's a like a fantasy romance, and it's so good. It's really haunting but beautiful. It was a joy to narrate. I absolutely loved it. So that's your vibe. Definitely check that out. Everything else I'm working on right now is with publishers, so they won't
It's
let me
okay,
talk
I
about
know
them.
that.
It's like
NDAs.
I can't talk about any of them,
Nope,
but
nope.
I have like a lot of audiobooks coming out soon, which is lovely. But I'm there's not a single audiobook that I've done where I'm not proud of it or I didn't love. I think they're all amazing. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, I love all the authors that I've had and just writers in general because I've had both sides, like the storytellers of documentaries. Yeah, I've had both sides of every form that you can, almost every form. I have had animation, those who do the scripting and finding the people to put them together. So I've seen many different sides of the writing industry, all that I want to be a part of, but
Yeah,
all I'm writing to be a part of.
very nice.
But
I
yeah,
will say I narrate for big five publishers. I narrate for medium-sized publishers, production houses, but I also narrate a lot for indie authors. And I can tell you, having narrated for both, like one is not better than the other. One is not more valid than the other. They, whether you're indie or trad, it does not matter. Like the book qualities, I've never noticed a difference. I love my indie authors so much, which isn't to say I don't love my trad authors as well, because I
it's
do.
understandable.
I do.
Yes,
But
yes,
I
yes.
know that there's like, there's a bit of a stereotype around indie books not being edited as well or not being as good. And it's nonsense. Like it's nonsense. I've narrated over 80 audiobooks at this point, and that's that's nonsense.
It is nonsense. I fully
Yeah.
agree. Like, even because a lot of the same artists that the big five use, indie authors also have the same availability, just like the same editors, big.
100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
people seem to not see
Yes.
that. And the fact
Yeah.
that I like to put this fun fact out there for anyone that judges a book that's indie, just because I did go the publishing, like when I was young, really, really little. So if you ask me who one of the big five was that published my poetry as a child, I don't know what it was, but I didn't like them because of the way they treated and took advantage of me. But
Mm,
like I've gone through traditional, I've tested out vanity of self-publishing, so technically a big house kind of, yet it's still self-publishing. And then I've went the full route. I'm just doing my own company and I'm gonna always own my rights as far as I'm concerned because you still
yeah.
have the same access as a big five. People don't realize that. Same
Mhm.
access. And the
Yeah.
fun fact is even human editors, and after going through years of editing, not everything, even like Nicholas Sparks, I used to read obsessively, but I don't recommend him. He's a douche. But I did used to read his stuff, and I read all his books actually. And he always had errors in his books. And he goes through big publishers. That means he has
Yeah.
some of the best editors out there. And human editors, no matter what, even AI, hate to break it to you, is not going to catch every single error. No human.
No.
So when my children's book first came out of pronouns, people kept on going, there's an error here. I went, thanks. I'm not going to edit it out. It's been published. Thanks for telling me. And then I do the fun fact of, did you know, if you read closely, like one person, because they were so, I don't know why anyone cares that hard about another author that they feel a need to prove themselves right, which in the long run, they prove themselves wrong. I said, go ahead and pick a different book and see if you can find another one with an error in it. And it make sure it's part of the big five publishers. And they did that. And then they went, oh, I'm sorry I did
Mhm.
that to you. I went, okay, thanks. Don't
Yeah.
do this again. You're a stranger. Don't talk to me anymore.
No. That's
That was in
unacceptable.
2022. That's when that happened. That was still at the beginning process because I also use through my publishing company one of the same ones that all the big five uses of getting the review process done without having to do an arc.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of the name of it. I'm not going to remember the name of it, but I use the same one. So just to make the point of
Yeah.
everyone has the same access,
Yeah. And
just
same for
one.
narrators too.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're an author and you think like you can't get a narrator because they're like too famous, it's not true. They might be too expensive.
Yes, that's
I'm
possible.
I'm not saying they won't
Absolutely.
be too expensive, but like I've never met a narrator that's like, oh no, I don't work with indies. No, like
That's just
we,
rude, honestly,
yeah,
if there was
no,
one like that.
and there isn't. Like we all love books, and we don't really care where it comes from. So don't, yeah, you have access to narrators the same way that the big ones do too. So we all have our own home studios now, which didn't used to be the case. So before, maybe you would have to rent out a big recording studio that maybe only the big publishers had access to. But now we all have booths in our house. So you can get anyone to narrate for you if you can afford them.
Yeah, that's true. And if you can't afford them, there is payment plans. I know I've done payment plans in the past with some of them. I use
Everyone's
many
going to be,
narrators.
everyone's so different.
Yeah,
There's like so many variables, but yeah, you never know. You never know.
yeah. You just have to check and take that risk and see for
Yep.
yourself how it
We love
goes.
it when authors reach out to us. Like, we love it. Don't be afraid to DM a narrator. It will, because I had an author tell me like that she was too nervous to reach out to me. And I was like, why? Like, why would you? Why? Like, it's why I'm here. It's like, what are you talking?
Exactly.
And they're like, well, I thought maybe you wouldn't like my book. Why? Why would you think that? Like, I like books. I like all books. Like, and there is sort of, I've heard other authors say that, and every narrator I tell this story to, they're like, what? No, tell them to reach out immediately. And I was like, yes,
That's
okay.
hilarious.
Reach out to your favorite narrators. Like, they want to hear from you. They really do.
Yes, Natalie would be my other, I guess, narrator I've had on this podcast. Natalie Nadas.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
She's
she's
great.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
she's very
Absolutely
kind.
amazing. She's a great human, great narrator, great human. Yeah. Love
Yeah,
Natalie.
everyone who's been on this podcast, so including you, are great humans.
Thank you.
Well, I like that you're doing a really good job educating people too. Yeah, it's the point here. We gotta educate, especially creatives,
Yes. Yeah.
because we've
It's
had a
important.
whole mesh, and a lot of them do educate. Like McKenna, she does teaching on the side, but she wrote poetry that turned into a musical. Uh, yeah, I like all the stories of everyone so far. And then we have
That's so cool.
Tony, who's blind and was part of a documentary about Helen Keller that he helped with everything. He's part of AFB, which is Association for the Blind. He's the vice president of, and he
Wow.
himself, I checked in with him, he counts himself as blind. Since everyone varies, even he educated me on this of even if you are blind, you might have like a little access to seeing a little bit. And he said most people don't know that. And I didn't know that. And I work with
Oh,
kids and adults with disability that are counted as blind, so I didn't know that myself. But
wow.
see, it's very mixed. This is an inclusive
Yeah.
podcast and it's
Yay.
trueness. So that's why we have a varied variety of creatives, including from the docuseries I was on, getting to hear everyone's work that they did behind the scenes. But
That's very cool.
yeah. And then if you would let people know where they can find you on the internet so they can even reach out to you if they want you
Oh,
for work.
sure. You can find I'm mostly active. I'm active on Instagram, and my username, I don't know. I
I
think
have it. Do you want me?
it's like Samantha Norbury narrator. I don't know. There might be an underscore in there.
Let me
I don't
check.
know.
We
If
follow
you
each other, so
if
let me
you look at
check.
my name, if you just type it in, it should pop up. I am on TikTok, but I feel like TikTok is not, I don't know. I don't get very much. I do narrate live on TikTok a lot, but I don't really post over there as
I
much.
still have to go live on TikTok. I haven't done that yet, but
It's,
this is
it's
you, so
good.
people can maybe see. Not a
Ah.
guarantee.
Yeah, there. Oh, there I am. All right,
There
Samantha
you are.
dot Norbury underscore narrator. Yeah,
There you
there we
go.
are.
At least the
There we
YouTube
are.
version of this, everyone will see you.
Perfect. But yeah, you can follow me there, or I have a website, which is just samanthanorburyvo.com. You can check out, and that links to everywhere. And yeah, you can find me on Audible, I guess, Samantha Norbury, or if you like spicy stuff, Dahlia Summers is my pseudonym. That's where all the romance and all the heat is. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
That's pretty great, honestly. Well, thanks so much for being here,
Thank you
and
for having me. This was fun.
this was a lot of fun. We should stay in
Yeah,
contact. I like to stay in
definitely.
contact with everyone I have on here.
Excellent.
And we already follow each other, so that makes that easy. And Ren and I are still in constant contact anyways, too.
That's perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for being here. And then
Thank you.
let me try to be skilled.
thanks so much for being here, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode with many more to come. If you'd like to help support and grow the podcast and even the YouTube channel, please not only follow, like, subscribe, but please leave a review on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to this podcast. Thanks so much for being here. Until next week, on Wednesday at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Peace. Catch you later.